Hi, I'm Gini Saraswati Goel, and I am going to ask you a very simple question. Is there any decision in this world which is 100% right or 100% wrong? No, there is no globally 100% right decision or 100% globally wrong decision. A decision which can be right for one person can be a wrong decision for the other person or vice versa. A decision which can be right for one country can be a wrong decision for the other country. So the question is how to make the right decision. See, decision is not something which I can give you a ready-made answer to, a ready-made solution to, and you have to choose between the two. That is why it is not called decision choosing. It is called decision making. You have to make the decision, not choose between decisions. So how do you make the right decision? First, you take out a pen and a paper and make a list of these three things. First, make a list of the options you have. Second, make a list of the cost. You heard me right, the cost, both predictable and unpredictable ones. For example, you go to a five-star to have lunch. The cost would be paying the bill. You might say that I will not pay the bill, I will just move away from there. So in that case, the cost would be the emotional trauma of being afraid that you might get caught, or the trauma your family might be facing. So the cost need not necessarily be just financial. It can be emotional, it can be physical, it can be the cost of your relationships. And the cost is never ever an option. It is always a reality. And the cost depends upon your willingness to pay your willingness to pay the cost is called your emotional capacity. So the decision is made right or wrong by your emotional capacity. The more willingly you pay the cost, the more emotional capacity you have, the more willingly you pay the cost and the decision becomes right. For example, a person goes into the army, taking into consideration all the cost in case of predictable and unpredictable circumstances both. His decision of staying in the army is good for 20 long years. But the moment he gets shot, and in case he says, oh, I should not have joined the army, the decision which was holding good for 20 long years suddenly turns into a bad decision. So, see, the same could be true for a marriage, for a job, for a career. So, make that list very carefully, the list of the costs. In fact, you can even go to 10 different people and ask them to make a list of the cost they think could be incurred. And but just be careful not to ask them for their decision on that matter. They just have to give you the list of the cost, not the decision, because their emotional capacity to take the cost could be very different from your emotional capacity to take the cost. Then you make a list of the benefits. Once you have a list of the cost and the benefits, it will be very easy for you to make a very good and a quick decision. So you make the decision and make it right by paying the cost willingly and happily. Now, what happens when after a long time you might realize that the decision which was right up till now has turned into a bad decision? What do? Get stuck in life, go into depression, become angry, agitated, frustrated? No, just think, decision bad हुआ तो हुआ, उसको अब right decision करते हैं. And how to make that decision right all over again? Take out that pen and paper and do the process again. Hoping I've added some value. Stay blessed, stay happy.